The reason why I'm putting the hydrostat this way in front of the tractor is because I don't want to put my rear end around backwards. Some of them turn the rear end around backwards. So what I got to do now, my motor will be this high above the hydrostat, and so I had to raise it 3.5 inches, and plus a ½ inch more. Plus I'm gonna raise it up here 1.5 inches more in here, and that'll clear my engine top of the hood. Anyway, I'll show you on the paper what the other way I'm gonna do it. Alright, I've done some different drawing on paper. This is the hydrostat and this is the rear end. And this is your drive line. This is one rear end turn around forward. This one turn around backward. Now, this guy right here, I mean, he done an awesome job and everything, but I just you see how the motor's up forward? Here's a, you see where the axle's at? You see where his axle is? And you see where his input is? His input right there is going direct from motor straight into it. But when he goes straight into it, he going straight out. I don't like this design for there's a couple of reasons why. Now, if he likes it, that's fine and dandy. If you like it, that's fine. This is my own personal opinion. One reason, this hydrostat here is having to tote all the stress, not only just for this one, but straight through it. Now it's having to carry this shaft one here is having to tote load for this rear end. I don't like that. Another reason, if you reverse a transmission, a rear end, and try to turn it backwards, it won't pump. So you got to do some manipulation inside to get it to where it'll work backwards. I think it can be done. I've looked at it and I'm pretty sure it can be done. Now that's one reason I don't want to do it that way. I mean, that's fine and dandy if you'd like to do it that way. I watched this video where he runs over a log with a front tire, and this is the one's in backwards here, and the back tire started spinning. The front tire was pushing the log. It finally went over it, but the back tire was spinning. So that tells me that this front here wasn't doing very much, but I could be wrong. It just might have been in between just getting it going. Now, this next one I'm going to show you. Now listen here, I'm well impressed. Now he does got his rear end backwards, and I like this setup. I like it a lot. Matter of fact, mine's going to look like this, but my rear end's going to be forward. You'll see my oil pump right here on the front. See, like you see it right in there? Not the oil pump, oil filter. You can barely see it right in there. It's just like that one. Now mine will be up here. What he done was get the right paper here. What he done, I'm gonna show you the difference between this guy and another guy. You see where his motor at? He's driving off the back end. That's this guy right here. This is tractor right here. This one, this design right here, this guy right here. Alright, he got his motor with the rear end slid back with the motor sitting down in. He's come across here with a gearbox dropping down. Now this gearbox is turning this forward. So one's turning this away, the other gearbox turns the opposite way. So it turns this one the right way. While this is going the right way, this is going the right way by using a gearbox. I like that idea. I thought about it. But the only thing I don't like about it is the hydrostat arms that control lead. Well, the reverse lever, if you know what you're doing, you can go in there and you can take that fixed squat plate that bolts on the back of this housing. You can take it off and flip it around if you want to, and that will make reverse forward, forward reverse. That will change that up. There's several things you can do, but still the problem is the timing on the arm that goes to the hydrostat. When it goes reverse, it doesn't move very far. When it goes forward, you got a lot more travel. So now you got to try to get the timing right on both of these to where they'll pull the same. All right, I'm going to show you what I've come up with, and I've done a lot of studying, a lot of research on this thing. Now, this was my first initial attempt. You know, have it broken to right here with swivel. I was going to let my front pulley drive a little jack shaft to turn this transmission for that to turn the other, and I said, no, I don't like that. Which they'd be both turning in the same direction. That way one rear won't be turning around back. I said, no, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like this part. So what I come up with is, remember I was showing you how far my hydrostat was down in my frame? Well, you see where the bottom engine is going to be just above the hydrostat. And there'll be a universal joint going down to another universal joint, hook it to a gearbox, chain-driven gearbox, so it goes the same way. So this gearbox will turn both of these drive shafts. And I ain't got to worry about going on the front, turning one, and this and having support that one in the back. So this is more work, but it's supporting both drive shafts the same way. And that's kind of how we're going to do that. Now if you look at his plans, the ones I brought up on his, it's almost the same as mine. See the gearbox, see the engine, but you see his engine is much lower, my engine much higher, because he got his rear end turned around backwards. So he's got it thrown forward. So your gearbox is turning this in the right direction. Then these two gears, one turn this way, the other one turn this way. So it reverses this one. So it turns that one the right way, this one the right way. I like this setup. I just don't like you never get it to go fast forward, because you'd be limited with the reverse. I know how to make them go back up faster, but you only can they won't never back up as fast to go forward. They just won't do it. I've done tried. They just won't do it. There's similar how I do my chain drive. It'd be double chain drive though, and be inside with aluminum gearbox. This is one of my first plans to do my articulate with twister in the middle. Then this part here twist and this twist, so it can twist like this, and this can do like this. But on these pumps, this pump here, if you got this rear end backer, it doesn't matter on this is your Sunstrand piston pump. This is your motor. No, this is your pump. This is your motor. It don't make a difference. This motor and this pump's identical. So it doesn't make a difference which way your shaft turns it, but it makes a difference on your charge pump. Now if you reverse this shaft, the charge pump going to be sucking and trying to make pressure go in the tank. Of course, it ain't going to have much oil. It's going to quit. And it ain't going to run your system. So you got somehow, I don't know if you can take the pump off and turn ahead and investigate it to get it to work backwards. But I know if you come off the other pump, run a line into here, then have it return back tank to tank, you can, if you can get your pump to pressurize this charge right here, it will work backward, forward or backward. It won't make a difference. But somehow you got to manipulate this pump to work backwards. All right, here's my plan. This is one frame of my tractor. This is the other frame of the tractor. One of them has an arm running across here, and the other has an arm. So to make this bend in the middle. And it's blue and it's pink looking, whatever color it is, they're going to twist like this. I'm going to make a bearing. This is a big nut here. This is a flange. Goes all the way through it. See that yellow? That yellow? It's a flange. Goes all the way through it. And this flange here bolts this part of the housing. So this stays still and this stays still, but yet this pink turns. And you can see on, this is my flange in the middle here. This yellow one goes all the way through it with a nut on it. And I got aluminum to make it. So this is how our articulate is going to work. This thing here is going to jack his leg real high in the back, like a dog pissing. That's how high it's going to jack it. And it's going to be a real cool articulation thing here. I'm going to take 4 of these bearings here, and I got a piece of 7-inch flat bar that's 7 inch wide by 3/4, and it's 3 foot. Well, I'm going to cut it to how long I need it, and these bearings will be in the inside that way. Then on the outside, where the shaft goes through it, I'm going to machine out and put a seal in it. And all 3, will be 4 out. Be an input with another output jack. We never use it, but the bottom will be going both ways. But it'll be seals on it. This will be a closed-in oil box. And we'll put them. These are high-speed bearings here, and I'll take the seals out of and the grease fitting out where they'll just be submerged in oil when it runs round and round. And we're going to use a system like that sort of, but it'd be double chain, double sprocket. This guy's gearbox don't have a chain in it. It has gears like this, is the same size. You see how one's going forward, one's going backwards, so that's going to reverse. The bottom will make the other one turn the right way. Just like shown on this paper here. One turn this way, one's turning that way. So that is turning one way, this is turning the opposite way. So this is a good hookup. I just don't like, you never ever go fast. You never get the speed out of it you want to. I'll show you the factory speed on it. Alright, this chart here is showing you 800, 1000, 1200, 1250, 1450, 1650. But I'm going to only show you the speed on the 1250 and the 1450, 1250, 1450, 1650. If you look down here, just say transmission speed. You can see the fastest to go on these is 6.9. It's fast they go. 6.9. But if you look at these hydrostat transmission right here, they'll back up. Reverse is only 4 miles an hour. Forward is 8 miles an hour. So you can see the difference. If you do it the way they do it, you're only going to have a 4 mile an hour. You can get a little faster. You probably get 5. You probably get 6 or 7 miles an hour. You never get 8, unless you put on like I did with my tractor. I put 26 by 12 by 12, and my tractor runs 15 miles an hour, but RPM is a little bit faster than 3600. It's a little bit faster than that. See, everybody got with different engines. It's most of them 3600, up to 3400 RPM. I don't ask where I got this chart from. I have no idea. I got it somewhere from the internet. And here's another way you can do it by leaving your motor sticking way out the front, coming off the first pigtail off the first hydrostat, then let the first one dry the second one. I don't care for that, but that's a nice looking design. Look very professional. Very professional. Now here's another one. You put the motor in the back, and there again, pigtail through this hydrostat, let this one drive that one. Same thing again, you're putting a lot of stress on that one hydrostat. He got it brake here in the middle where it oscillates. And where he sets that, you know, doesn't move. And I got one more to show you. This here is all these here are standard shift, automatic. This here is a standard shift. Now he got his motor up front, right? And he's sitting on the part that's swiveling. The seat's like a lazy Susie, so it twists on his butt. I guess if you like that, that's alright, but I don't know. I just want to show you these other 3 ways you can do it. I bought this at Acme. in Florida. This piece of metal, you can call for $20. 7" by 3 3/4. This is going to make my articulator bearing in the middle, which I'll make this out of this. This is already 7", so this is 7". All I got to do is turn this down here to 6" and leave a 7" lip like that. Then thread it on the end, then bore a big hole in the middle. You know, bore a big old hole here in the middle for my dry shaft to go through. And I had to make my nut there out of something else, because there's not enough room. Just that part right here, that nut there, I had to make it out of something else. I already got this piece here. I got to bore a big 6" hole in the middle of it. And this is the Teflon bearing I'm going to use. I'll use this for the bearing for this. I bought this flat bar at Acme's too. It's 7" by 3/4 by 3 foot. This will be my gearbox I'll make for my chain gearbox for the oil. It'll be the oil type gearbox for my chain. So I got all this metal here. I just need some other stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna have this dash mount for sale. This can go with it. This has been painted silver with spray paint. This don't go with it. The hour hand don't go with it. The charger hand don't go with it. The PTO switch don't go with it. That don't go with it. I might let the rubber garment. I paid like $20 for that stupid thing. I don't know if I let that go or not. But anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna sell the hood. I might, but I'm gonna sell the front nose. The front nose was busted across here, and I got it fixed in there. You can't tell it. And I'm gonna sell the front grill. Get rid of it. Let me look inside, see if you can see where I passed it. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's been a long time. It's behind this hinge right here. You can't see it. Well, you see that bracket right, that big old piece of metal there sticking out? See how thin that one is? I got a piece of metal that goes this way, then goes this way. That's got rivets in it and rivets in there holding it in there. And all that can go with it, except the hood. I might keep the hood. I'm thinking about butchering the hood up. What I want to do on that tractor over there, you see how this turns down? Well, I want to cut this part out of the hood right here, across here, then cut that one out the same way, and take this one, flip it upside down. Because if I take the same one and I cut it and I flip it upside down, it's going to have a big gap in between that I have to weld up. So rather doing that, I'm just going to take this one, cut this center piece out, flip it, cut that one out, and let it overlap, or fix it where it'll butt back together, then weld it back up. I want this protrude up. I want to be a little different. And like I say with my engine, I want the side cover to start like this. Then it's going to pitch, go straight, then pitch back in. And this is going to kind of go like a little slant. I'm not sure. I think it will be a little slant. But I'll probably be using part of this, because this has already got my shape. I'll be using part of this to shape that one over there. But anyway, if anybody is interested in the front clip, this dashboard with no instruments, except I'll let this go with it here, and this part go with it. You can make me a price make me a comment if you want to buy it. Make me a price, bid on it, whatever. Make me a price if I like it. But the only thing about it's going to be a pickup only. You have to come over here and get it. And I got some tires too. Let me show you them. Hang on. I got about 5 or 6 tires like this. These here are a little bit bigger than the Cub Cadet. This is 24 by 12 by 12. They were real wide tires. I got several of them, and I want to sell them. But if anybody's got any ditch witch tires, I'll be willing to do some little swapping with them. That tire there's no good, them two there. I'll be willing to do some swapping on some stuff for two ditch witch tires. I'll show you these two tires I got. It's on my track. This is the ditch witch tire here. You see the pattern on them? I'm looking for that same pattern, for which I already widened this rim. See how much the tire fatter it looks than that one, and see how this tire comes out right there. This one comes out 3/4 light over. The light's only got 3/4 sticking out. The whole light's in there, because I hadn't modified this rim yet, and I've already modified this one. I got to take it back apart and grind all the weld out of it, make it look pretty. But anyway, I got these golf cart spindles with the tires and rims, and the spindle, and I got the front axle for sale. Now this front, I got a 16 horse motor here for sale. Anybody wants to buy it, you can make me a bid on it, or just tell me what you want, make me a best offer, and we'll see what we go with. I'm needing some money to buy 4 tires, I need money to buy the material for just making this tractor. So I like to get rid of it. Hey, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and we appreciate it. Catch you later. To the next time.